Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick intro to my newest project. This is a 2010 Camaro SS. It's a 2SS L99 automatic with the Tiptronic paddle shifters. Just a background on this car. I've owned this car twice. I actually purchased it in 2019. It was a screaming deal. The car lived a lot of its life in Florida, came up here and it sat under a tree for a couple of years. So it had a lot of cosmetic issues in the paint. So I cut and buffed the whole car. The tires were dry rotted, put new tires on it, brakes all the way around. The cold air intake had some funky PVC, like Home Depot job intake. So I replaced that with a better intake, and the stock exhaust, I call it the bags were cut off right at the axle, but the stock mufflers were just lopped off. So I ended up putting a axle back exhaust on it. No mufflers, just the tailpipes. Sold the car to somebody I work with. They had it for a couple of years. They were done with it. They only put 3,000 miles on it. The car right now has 110,000 miles, roughly, right around there. So this was last year. So I bought the car back. It was shifting kind of funky. I remember when I bought it, the guy said it had a transmission tune in it, so it did shift harder. But after just driving it for a month or two, I could tell something wasn't right with that tune. So I brought the car to Slowhawk Performance up in Bridgewater, and Don took care of me. He brought it in actually on a Saturday, and said that the stock tune was actually erased from the ECU, so he had to build his own tune. Ended up getting that sorted out, did the final dyno tune, and this is what I have for a baseline. So the car's, I mean, theoretically stock besides the cold air intake and the axle back tailpipes. The car made respectively 336 wheel horsepower and 349 foot-pounds of torque. So that's my starting point. Talking to Don, I asked him if I did end up keeping this car. So this was back in last January, and I was thinking about just flipping it again. You know, I got the car all squared away. But my family really likes it. The kids like it. My wife likes driving it too. So I decided I'd keep it for a year, see how it goes, but I was going to have fun with it. So I ended up taking it to track days, track nights rather. Went to Thompson, went to Palmer, put it in the local spectator drags, and it was a blast. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. So talking to Don, I said, what's the next step? You know, I got basically a bone stock car. Every time I get it tuned, it's going to be by you. What should I do to it? And he said, hands down, put a Pro Charger on it, 600 to the tires. But just backing up from there, before the Pro Charger goes on, I need to get rid of the DOD lifters, the VVT, delete, stage 2 cam. So I ended up purchasing all of that. And I'll go through all that as this video goes on, exactly what I bought and how to get it done. You know, as I break the car down, I'll shoot some videos of that, step by step. And as it goes back together, I'll have all the parts laid out and show exactly what I'm putting in this car. And then I'm thinking I'll have it dyno tuned again. So I'll have a cam only, headers only tune, and I'll have those numbers also from the dyno. And then most likely, I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna go with the Pro Charger. Like I said, I wanna have fun with this car. I don't have a lot of money into this car, so even buying the Pro Charger, it's expensive. It's still, I mean, I'm way under from what it would be just buying a newer Camaro bone stock, you know, and to make 600 plus to the tire, that'd be awesome. So some of the parts I already do have, they're on the bench over there that I'll go through after. A BTR stage 2 cam, lifters, lifter trays, timing chain, oil pump. I ended up scoring, I'll explain it later too, on an open box, on a set of BBK long tube headers with high flow cats. I'll put that in there, everything with part numbers. But yeah, that's the deal. That's the background on this car. I mean, like everybody else, I go to YouTube University for everything. I don't see a ton of stuff on 5th gens, which I think is kind of weird. Maybe just because the prices were so high for a while, but they've definitely come down. You can get one of these things for 15 grand and go wild with them. So I figured I would document this step by step from bone stock to 600 tire, what it takes to do it. And then even in the back end, everything I'm going to break because of it. The transmission's probably not going to handle it. The 2-piece drive shaft's not going to handle it. The differentials are weak in this car, so that's eventually going to go. Probably be the first thing to go. The axles, and yeah, we'll have some fun with it, see what happens. I'll just give you a shot of under the hood right now. That's it, basically bone stock. I mean, but besides this intake, when I got rid of the PVC setup that was in there. So I just brought the car in, decided to shoot this video, see how it goes. I never take videos because honestly, I just want to get the job done. You know, every time I think about doing it and I'm geared up to do it, I'm like, you know what? I got tonight to get X done. I'm just going to get it done. But this time, it's still early in the winter. I got some time before spectator drags in May, which is my goal, to have this car done for May. So I pulled it in. It's lined up on the lift. The only thing I've done is just remove the cables. I mean, I don't even know if I need to show this. If you can do this much work, you should be able to know how to disconnect the battery. It's in the trunk. All I did was just drop the leads, take off that 110 millimeter nut. You can drop the negative lead. That's off to the side. Same thing on the positive lead. 10 millimeter nut. And just tuck the lead under the battery, but I know it's kind of trivial. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks.